Hi everyone, I'm Aurora Newton,
And I'm Angie Bailey.
and this is Ask the A-Team. We just crack ourselves up all the time.
All the time.
Well, we're going to talk about something that is really near and dear to our hearts, but it should be near and dear to everyone's heart, especially in our nation. And that's literacy, or the illiteracy that we still have in our nation. It just breaks my heart. Recently, I was talking to someone, and they were working with a program, and they said that the children in there, some of them were 7 and 8 years old, and they couldn't even spell their names. They could get the first and the second letter, but then when they got to the third letter, they would just say, "Oh, it's one of these," and it was the alphabet. So they couldn't even spell their own names. And I know, like, I could sit here and sob, and I know Angie could. That just breaks my heart because we have the capacity to change that.
Yes.
And it doesn't take a lot. An hour a week, wherever you are in this world, or especially in our nation, in the United States, wherever you are, every city has some kind of literacy program that you can be connected with. And if you don't have an hour to help children read, you can donate money. Many churches, our church has just done a push to raise money for books for the kids in our city. You can do that. You can buy books. Like, there's so many ways that you can help, and there's simple ways. Children should not have to contend to read.
Yeah.
It really should be something that we are all giving that, to them. We should all be imparting that.
Well, and just statistically, I'm sure all of you, if you're any bit aware of anything going on in social media right now, you've heard about the prison pipeline, and
Yes.
they really are. And we even talked about Caleb, one of our pastors at our church, spoke on this past weekend. Statistically, if the child is not reading, and they're basing on how many prisons they're building on how many children right now are reading at the third grade level. If they're not reading at the third grade level by the time they're in third grade, then they're basing how many prisons they're going to need when those children, well, don't graduate.
Don't graduate. Don't graduate.
So, that's just heartbreaking. And first of all, I get a little upset about, hey, why are we spending our energy on preparing on these prisons? Why aren't we putting that energy into making sure that doesn't happen? Because that's preventable. That is preventable.
It really is preventable.
Yeah. So, just take time to pray about and see what you're supposed to do. It doesn't mean starting something new. We've been talking about this.
Yes.
Find something that's already going on.
Partner with someone. Yes.
With somebody who's already doing it right. Don't reinvent the wheel. But listen, hey, if you have a neighbor, and the mom is single and maybe the child is struggling and doesn't have that time, take the time. Go get them some books. Go get them some grade level readers. It doesn't take a lot of money. It doesn't take a lot of effort. You can, for my kids, I go to these, half off places or these dollar book places, and you can find really, really great stuff there. And just take the time to invest in that, and into that child's future. Because really it's all of our futures together. It's not
really
just
is.
that one child, even though that's enough reason in and of itself. But, if you have children their age too, everything in that generation is going to affect, your children and our children's children. And so let's just look at that as a way of investing in the
future of
in the future.
All of us, yes. Because it really does. One child that can't read, if that child grows up and then goes into a life of crime, which leads to prison, and that's what they're basing this on. I mean, they're counting on that. I mean, really, that's what it is. They're saying this is what's going to happen. How many lives will be touched and ruined as a result of the actions of that one child? That it could have been changed. Their whole future could have been changed by you, by me, by you. I think about my grandbaby. I so adore my little grandbaby. He is going to be 11 months old on the 1st. And I sit and I read to him. His mom loves to read. She reads to him all the time. And do you know, he now, almost 11 months old, he will open that book and he'll just blah, la, 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 la. He understands that concept at that early of an age. So it's never too early to impart something like that. And you have to keep going with it. And when you're talking about books, like I've seen moms that do like book swaps. You know,
Yeah.
my child's done with this. My child,
Yeah.
needs that. And
Yeah.
they do these book swaps. So connect up with other people. If you're a grandma or grandpa, it's a great way to realize how important you are. Like if you're feeling like my time is over, it's not. Do you know how many children need to read? And we've also heard recently that the hospitals need babies to be rocked and held and loved because there's so many children that are coming out of addictive parents, and that these babies need to be rocked and loved. So whatever your season is in life, you can help a child, and reading is one of the most important ways that you can do that.
Absolutely. And it all comes down to love. It all comes down
It
to the heart of
does.
it. And so, wouldn't it be awesome if love bankrupted the prison system?
Oh, that's a
Let's get
good
to
word.
it.
Yeah. What do we say? That's preachable.
Yes, it is. It is. Let's
Thank you
empty the
so
prisons.
much. Yeah, empty the prisons. Thank you so much for joining us.
Bye, guys. If this has helped you in any way or if it's just on your heart, please like and share. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.